Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Count all values in a range that are at least greater than 65. What does that mean? That means we're not counting anything less than 65, which sometimes might be easier to format. We'll see. What we're going to use here is, let's think about this. We're counting. I should put count, make it a little easier for you to understand. Count all values in a range that are at least greater than 65. We can play around with the count if. Are there multiple criteria? No, we're just counting columns here. We have a row, and all we're doing is we want to count this particular range. We want to count across test 1, test 2, test 3. Any of these test scores greater than 65, that's what we're shooting for. Could we use a sum if? No. Could we use sum? Well, we're not summing. We're just going to count. Could we use those other functions? Well, I'm sure we can. For this example, let's just focus on keeping it as simple as possible. Think about this. Not less than 65. What is this? We have a double negative. What's a double negative? It's a positive. So essentially, we have to write this and think, I want all numbers greater than 65, and the not reverses that. Not changes true to false and false to true. Yeah, I know. We don't think like this normally. If we put not and got rid of this not, what are we asking? Count if B65, this range, is less than 65, F9. We got the right answer. If we want numbers less than 65, we just remove the not. If we want to reverse that, we get true. See, we're not summing this up. We just got to count. Here's the deal. We threw in that not function. And the not function is looking at this now and saying, well, you're asking me whether this is true or false. So the not has precedence over count if. And the count if is doing its job, but then the not is overriding that and saying, well, yeah, it's true. But if you want the count, we can do this. Let's go get rid of not and say greater than, and then there's the count. What happens if we put not? It's going to look for everything less than. What we're doing is just finding a true false statement by throwing in that not. Why do we do that? We can include this not in this entire formula into another situation. But for now, I just want to show you what the not feature is all about. So we'll put this back into its original format, and we have true. And basically it's saying every number here is greater than 65 because we have true. We have why is it greater than 0? It's supposed to convert this over into a number, but clearly it's not doing that. And why? Well, I'll get to that answer in another session. This is supposed to show F8. This feature here represents the count if. Notice we got rid of the not, but what we're doing is we're converting this to a true or false. Well, we have that count if function, and all we did is we reversed that greater than. It was less than. So now we have greater than 65. And then the greater than 0 will turn this into true or false. And here we have, if you don't want to use the not function, you could just use this other method to come up with the same result. The greater than 0, well, it's true. The G5 is greater than 65. If so, if it's greater than 0, well, then what's the output? It's true. If we go less than, it's going to say false. Why? Count if C5 is less than 65. Anything here is less than 65. It's not. So let's go back, Control Z. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, thank you.